Now that you've had your first session of QNRT, Quantum Neural Reset Therapy, what should you look for? So a common response after the first session or two is, I just feel different. I don't know quite how to categorize it. And that's because your nervous system has been in a certain pattern for a long time. And as we've changed the pattern by resetting the brain, you don't really have a reference point for that pattern now. So you just know you feel different. You don't really know how to explain it. So that's perfectly okay and perfectly normal. The other thing people often say to us is, I just felt lighter in some way, or I felt like this weight was lifted off my shoulders. That's awesome. And we hear that quite a bit. Now, one of the things too is people will say, after several sessions, I'm just not feeling any difference. And what's interesting about that is, again, we've been so much in a pattern for so long, we may not recognize our new patterns, but somebody else will. And so sometimes the best feedback comes from a family member, a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, someone we're close to, and they will go, or they may just be thinking of it to themselves and they haven't said it to you, but they'll be thinking like, oh my gosh, I said this, or I did this, or this happened, and she didn't respond the same way that she used to, or he didn't overreact like he used to. So other people will notice that you don't react to the same way to triggers often before you will. And in time, you'll notice also that you don't fall apart with a certain stress, or a certain person doesn't tense you all up, because we've worked on the brain and reset you about that. So those are the kinds of things you'll notice, and often people will notice improvements in sleep and focus and clarity. And one other thing I want to address is that all healing starts with inflammation. So if you sprain an ankle, what is the first thing that happens? Inflammation. The ankle swells up, it gets hot, it gets red. So that's to get the inflammatory chemicals in that area to heal the area. So as we're working with the brain and healing the brain, there could be some inflammation that arises, and that might show up as a headache, or it might show up as another pain. And if that happens, be sure and let us know, because we have a way to use that headache or that pain to get further deeper into the nervous system and continue the healing process at an even deeper level, because that's the body speaking to you. It may have created some temporary inflammation to help resolve the healing in the brain. And so that's possible. So be sure and let us know that. And that's actually a good sign that things are happening. And we can use that to go even deeper and get you even healthier. So those are some of the things to look for, some of the things that you might expect after your first few sessions of QNRT, Quantum Neural Reset Therapy. And the great thing is, over time, the results just get better and better and better. And sometimes when we check with people months later, their whole life has improved. It's so awesome. So I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined.